I had to put him on timeout.
Oh, hey! Didn't see you there. I'm just finishing up editing my newest video. But hey, it's the New Year's, so I think it's important to reflect on the highs and the lows of 2024. Now, I am a small creator, meaning I have less than 1,000 subscribers. So let's take a whole year's of my experience and deliver it to you. Based off of views alone, here are my 5 best videos and my 5 worst videos in 2024. Let's go!
I love doing that. Number 5. It's a tie between 2 videos. With a total of only 67 views, this is the coolest sports store I've ever been to, Scheels. When I was in Nebraska last summer, I filmed a video at the sports store called Scheels, which is pretty well known in the Midwest. I mean, it's got a Ferris wheel inside of it. What I think I best learned from this is when you're on location, it's a good idea to film a thumbnail appropriate for the video in that moment, as opposed to later on, skimming through the footage to find one you can use like this. This thumbnail kind of sucks. I mean, you can't even tell there's a Ferris wheel in the sports store. It just looks like a 40-year-old guy doing this to close. I screwed up. Regardless of the thumbnail, I don't have a huge following, so when somebody like me does a video like this for a sports store that people in California and New York don't really know, it's hard to really generate a ton of interest. The other video that only got 67 views, van life. We just bought an RV van. I flew to Arizona to buy a 2017 Airstream Interstate RV van. And I thought documenting the process would be fun, since this would be a major component of future videos. It turns out, nobody was drawn by the Name That Pokemon thumbnail style. Gee, I wonder why. Personally, I thought it would be fun and clever, but it turned out nobody else thought that way. So again, like the last video, my biggest takeaway on this would be to film a thumbnail in the moment while you're there, as opposed to Charizard. My number 4 worst performing video of 2024, the best ride at Magic Kingdom, 65 views. This was more of an experimental video than my typical narrative vlogs. In all my videos, I narrate what's going on and I talk about what we're doing, except this one. I wanted to let the camera speak, but I don't think I have enough of a following to pull something like this off. Plus, again, the thumbnail, it kinda sucks. Since the video, in my mind, was considered an experimental video, when the video only captured a couple views, I kinda just moved on. I honestly didn't even think it would get 10 views, so I guess I should be happy with the 65. Number 3, also a tie between 2 videos. First, Pretty Flowers at the Carlsbad Flower Fields. The title sucks. I changed it a bunch of times and I really couldn't find one that stuck, so I gave up. Secondly, the thumbnail sucks. I went to the Carlsbad Flower Fields with my mom and my son almost immediately after I bought the Sony Alpha 1. So I really wanted the opportunity to use the camera to film something that was both colorful and interesting. Part of the problem was that I didn't really know how to use the camera yet. I didn't know about ND filters and how to film in broad daylight. So the footage kinda sucks. As time moved on, I slowly started to learn how to use the camera more. So after a couple months, I said to myself, I gotta fix this thumbnail because nobody's watching this video. So I went online and purchased, hoping this would increase the views. But I never got around to fixing the thumbnail. So in the end, by the time I wanted to update the thumbnail, I kind of realized a lot of the video wasn't very good, and this map that I animated is a complete abomination. So I just kind of left it. Also tied for number 3, how many eggs will my chickens lay each day? This was early in 2024, and I was still learning how to edit videos. I didn't know that chickens laid eggs pretty much every day, with or without a rooster. So I wanted to share my excitement about learning that with anyone else who was interested. But instead of making an interesting thumbnail that could relate to people like me, that's what I made. Not surprisingly, it didn't catch on. Once again, the thumbnail sucks, but this was a lesson I learned later on. By the time I finally started learning that, which was probably 8 months after this video was released, I realized this video sucks. It's poorly edited, so there's no need to go back and fix a thumbnail to get views on a video that sucks. Yes, I could fix the thumbnail. No, I'd rather not. I'd rather leave the mistake trapped in time for you to see it and for me to see it. And hopefully we can all learn. Number 2, worst video of 2024, taking a toddler to Disney World. Of all the videos I shot this year, this may have been one of my personal favorites. Unfortunately, nobody saw it. I took my 1-year-old son to Epcot for the first time. We went during after hours. We wound up going on 4 rides in 2 hours. And personally, I thought the thumbnail was okay. But here's one area that I suspect may have affected the video. If you've watched my videos, you know one of the biggest things I do on this channel is I want to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. I know it costs me both subscribers and potential viewers. It's a reality. But in that video, I shared the gospel in its entirety early in the video. And I don't know if maybe YouTube's algorithm system sees the words you're saying, so that might be why the view count for this video is one of the worst. Again, why does that matter to you? A controversial message might upset an audience and it might turn people away. For me, I've accepted that's part of this channel, but I'm still gonna preach the gospel. Otherwise, this will all be pointless. Number 1, with a whopping 39 views, Denny's and a Christmas Parade was my worst performing video in 2024. This was from a Christmas parade in 2023, and I released the video in January. This was an entire year, it only got 39 views. A lot of this video speaks for itself. First, there was no effort whatsoever in this thumbnail. Second off, if YouTube is truly a search engine, I don't think there's anyone on earth that's researching Denny's and a Christmas Parade. So that limits my audience to nobody. I rewatched the video and the concept of the video really kind of sucks. It's just me complaining how much I hate Christmas and what it's become. I sound like Scrooge. And then I get pissed because we go to a Christmas parade and it's sponsored by the Synagogue of Satan. But one thing about this video I am sad that nobody saw, I did an awkward dad Christmas rap to explain what was going on. Here's a quick snippet.
Baby trying to sleep while these classic cars are pacing. Kids getting candy from ladies dressed like bacon. Matcha beds and then the grits cruising on a bike. Lowriders? These are awesome!
It's very likely more people will see that here than people that saw it on the original video. But the most interesting thing about this video, it was the first video I released in 2024. So all year, that one was there the longest. And it got the least amount of views. Since that point and right now, I have a whole year of experience shooting video, editing video, and learning how to use cameras. So it's not a wasted year. Let's focus on the positives. There's a lot of good takeaways. Now, let's take a look at the 5 best videos on my channel in 2024. This ranks in at number 5 with 1,975 views. Weird stuff at this abandoned mall. I know the thumbnail isn't amazing, and it kind of breaks some rules about like the fonts you're supposed to use, but the title itself got enough people intrigued to watch. And nowadays, it still gets views. I was exploring an abandoned mall and casino on the California-Nevada border, about 40 miles from Las Vegas, in a town called Primm. It was completely bizarre. The casino is also a hotel, and it's completely abandoned. It's directly connected to an outlet mall that only had 2 stores in it, and the rest, there's nothing but weird occult artwork. Filming the video was a lot of fun, and even if you're not filming, it was kind of fun just exploring a place like this. And it looks like it's reaching out to other people because it's interesting enough where people from the outside want to see it. So the positive I walk away with on this one, if you film something interesting, it'll get views. Personally, I think it's a good formula to follow. Number 4, VIP seats at Petco Park, 2,654 views. I think the title itself is great. The best seats in the best baseball stadium? It's a great formula for a video. Plus, take a look at the thumbnail. It's cute, it's not over the top, it's not flooded with stupid details. I took my 8-month-old son to his first baseball game along with my 11-year-old stepson. I did my best to share the experience of sitting in the Gallagher Chairman's Club seats. It's a VIP section directly next to the owner's box with unlimited food and drinks. And I also show some of the other amenities and benefits that you get of sitting in these seats. Shortly after releasing the video, it kind of took off, and then it cooled back down, and now it's not really getting any views. But with the new baseball season coming soon, I'm hopeful it'll start getting some more views again. Takeaways: simple, catchy thumbnail, catchy title, maybe a little wordy on the second half. But overall, close to 3,000 views. My number 3 most watched video of 2024. Taking your kids to Top Golf in Las Vegas? Watch this first. 2,845 views. Unintentionally, I put enough effort into this thumbnail to make it interesting. You got Top Golf in the background, me and my stepson looking like we're having a blast, and one of my other stepsons swinging the golf club. Colorful, fun, and makes it clear it's a family-friendly video, which naturally will get a bunch of views in one of the biggest tourist hotspots in America. I think the title itself also works well, and the video is short and to the point. I filmed it from more of a blog perspective than an informative one. It's 6 minutes of us having a great time, playing golf, eating food, and exploring areas that are meant for rich people where we don't belong. Just kind of struck gold with this one, so works out well. My number 2 most watched video in 2024. The best room I've stayed at in Las Vegas, Cosmopolitan Bungalows. By now, I think you're seeing a consistent pattern, title and thumbnail. It's interesting enough that people who don't know me might click on it. The room had a rooftop jacuzzi. What better way to illustrate it than an inflatable gator, right? Now, the video itself was one of the most difficult that I have ever filmed and edited. There were 3 stories to explore, going up and down, filming everything, but I got it done. Part of my reason for wanting to film this room, I saw people do quick tours with their cell phone, but I never got to see anyone enjoying the hot tub, enjoying the bathtub, eating food. So I wanted to make sure I showed people the benefits of this room. And personally, I like watching videos where other people are enjoying rooms. That was my goal with this video. Thankfully, this was my most successful video of the year, until one video showed up seemingly out of nowhere and knocked the Cosmo video off of its throne. Which video could that be? My number 1 video of 2024. The most beautiful room in Las Vegas with a whopping 5,318 views. Again, I'm a small channel. This is a big deal. The fact that this video ended at number 1 is a huge surprise to me, and let me tell you why. First off, I barely put any effort into this thumbnail at all. I hate to admit it, but that's the truth. I picked a shot that I took at the VIP area, plopped it into Adobe Photoshop, added a bunch of camera raw filter effects, put in some text, and boom, that was it. When I actually uploaded this video, I thought to myself, I'm lucky if this video gets 100 views. And out of nowhere, this video went viral for me. And I mean that relatively speaking. It got over 2,000 views in only 2 days. I had never had that happen before. I was pretty excited. But the craziest thing about this whole video is it was marred in disaster from the beginning. I filmed this video the day after I stayed in the biggest hotel room I've ever been in Las Vegas. But I was absolutely exhausted. I did like 12,000 steps in that hotel room alone filming it. The next day, I came to the Wynn completely exhausted. And I intended to spend the entire day and night in bed. So with very little time remaining in the morning, I put together this video. Now, if I'm being real with you, I think my camera work sucked. I showed no personality on film because I was wiped out. And yes, people let me know in the comments. But that's what happens when you don't put in your best effort. I think what drove this video was the title itself. The most beautiful room in Las Vegas. You're not exaggerating because you're at the Wynn, so a lot of people watched it. And I got over 30 subscribers, which again, that's good for a channel of my size. But here is the craziest part about this video. This was the last video I released in 2024 on December 27th. And in just 4 days, it took the lead from the Cosmopolitan video. But that's the craziest part about all of this. The video that I released last year that got the least amount of views was the first video I released all year. The video that got the most views in 2024 was the final video I released in 2024. What are the actual odds of that happening? It makes no sense at all. I love it.